Graduation season is upon us, which means it's time for students to start hitting the job market. But if you're like me and Emily, you're hearing from people around the country that graduates are entering a workforce that is as brutal and facing headwinds, is stronger than any time perhaps since 2008, 2009, yet without the, I hesitate to call it optimism, but the optimism at the time that at least that would be a 1 to 2 to 3, maybe 4-year hiccup, but that things might recover. Now they're graduating into a world that is seems like different in kind than the world that they kind of entered college in. And by the way, they entered in a difficult time because you're finishing up with finishing high school amid COVID and then entering college amid it. And so what we wanted to do today is talk to one of those graduating seniors. We're going to be joined by Timmy McAllister, who is a computer science soon-to-be graduate at the University of Central Florida. Timmy, you got on our radar a couple years ago because you did kind of a funny video.
He did some computer science.
Some computer science video, kind of taking a conversation that Sagar and I had on this program about the Barbie movie and turning it into a video.
A lo-fi.
But now you're headed into the job market. A recent video that you did has gotten, I think, enormous numbers for a small YouTube channel, like 100,000.
Over 100,000, yes, viral video.
About what it's like trying to get into this job market in this environment. So Timmy, first of all, thank you so much for being here and taking time out of your kind of graduation schedule. Appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm a huge fan of the show, so I really appreciate the opportunity.
Yeah. So when do you graduate? By the way, do you still have finals kicking around?
I finished my last final yesterday, so I'm through pretty much all of my schoolwork.
Whoa.
My actual graduation is going to be Saturday evening, so
congrats.
Just working on that.
Well, bittersweet. Congratulations. Maybe at the end we'll play some of the Barbie thing at the end of the.
He loves it so much. He loves it so much.
I do. It's great. So let's start with a little bit of the video of yours that kind of went viral, like that was getting attention about the difficulties of finding work at this moment. Let's roll F1.
I'm applying to PhD programs because I've pretty much given up on the idea of getting a job. Because even if I did get a job, I'd probably just end up doing like annoying work wrangling with AIs for like 1 or 2 years. And then you have AIs that can wrangle themselves and I'm not even useful anymore. So I'm going into a PhD. Hopefully I can do a little bit of research about AIs, even though I don't have access to the best AIs.
And so what was your job application process like before you made the decision to just pull the plug on it?
Yeah, so pretty much all of last summer, I just spent like applying to internship positions. I was looking for some web development positions because I've done a lot of like full stack web development work. I was also looking for like AI internships, stuff like that, because I've experienced like fine tuning large language models to do specific tasks. But, I applied to definitely over 100 job applications. I did at least like 1 to 3 every day. Like I forced myself over last summer, mostly on like LinkedIn, but I'm not counting any of those like stupid, like easy apply things because those don't really do anything. No one ever responds to those. So just counting the ones where, I found the job application on LinkedIn, went to the employer's website, definitely over 100. And I mean, I didn't get, I feel like I'm almost lucky in the sense that I got probably like 30 to 40 rejections. A lot of people don't hear anything back at all from these jobs that they applied to. And then I did get one interview at the unpaid front-end web development position that I've been doing the past couple semesters. And yeah, that's what I've been doing these past couple semesters. And yeah, I talked to the supervisor there also, and I mean, this was the thing that honestly really like shocked me is at that unpaid internship position, he told me that there were 250 other applicants.
Wow.
And I was the one who got the lucky unpaid job. So
Wow.
So
yeah.
Timmy, you went into school studying computer science as an undergrad, what, in 2022? And so
Yeah.
I'm really curious if you could tell us just a little bit more. You get into this in your video, which folks can go watch, but tell us a little bit more just about yourself, about how well you did in school. You had pretty good grades, and why, you know, going in, what your expectations were of how studying computer science would set you up, I'm sure you believed, for success. You're jumping in right before the AI boom is starting to change absolutely everything.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, I remember, you know, before I had, you know, decided on UCF, I was pretty sure I was going to go into psychology. But, you know, I was always interested in computer science. I've always been like a coder, always worked on websites, stuff like that. And I thought that, you know, there's a lot of great opportunities there. They told us there were a lot of great opportunities there. The job market was great in 2022. But yeah, I mean, now I have a 4.0 GPA. I literally straight A's like my entire time here at college. I've done, you know, I was a teaching assistant. I've done research in various labs. And, you know, another big thing too that like they say employers like to look for is that, you know, you have sort of a decent number of like personal projects, like not just that you've had good grades, but, you know, that you were able to actually like work with something like a much larger scale project. And, you know, I did that like over my sophomore and junior year. I worked on like this very large scale full stack web development project where I like fine tuned large language models to perform like this specific task of sort of identifying sort of like spin in like language. And yeah, I mean, nothing back from anyone.
Yeah, it's what about well, one of the things I saw people be critical of your video for is that, well, this guy's not at Stanford, it's University of Central Florida. But well, two things to that. One, UCF is actually, when it comes to computer science, you know, a pretty strong school. Secondly, we're not an economy just for Stanford. Like there are millions of people in this country. They all need work, and so if we say, well, sure, everything's fine as long as you go to Stanford, you're going to be fine. However, from what I'm hearing, even the people who went to Stanford are deeply struggling to find the kind of jobs that 1 year ago even would have been easy for somebody coming out of Stanford. Just anecdotally, among the circles that you run in, the computer science circles that you run in, what are you hearing from other seniors?
Yeah, so you know, I don't know anyone at Stanford. Most of the people I know are just here at UCF. You know, I have, you know, one of my close friends. You know, he got his first internship freshman year, and so you know he was able to sort of use those connections at the time and sort of like continue working through various positions. He has a job offer right now, so I'm very happy for him. I know a lot of other people who are going to grad school. It really just kind of seems like a safe option, especially if you've done well in school. You can work towards like a specific project, like research, something like that. Continue getting paid, like if you have an assistantship with a tuition waiver. And it's like that's an option I've actually seen a very large number of people doing. But yeah, I'd say it's mostly that. And then yeah, I do have a couple people who sort of got those connections early. And like, you know, they always tell us like networking is really important for like getting a job. But nowadays it feels like that really is kind of the only way anyone gets any job, because if you're trying to wade into that pool of college or not college applications, job applications, where it really is just thousands and thousands of AI generated resumes that are going to these AI filters that who knows what they're even doing? How many of these jobs are even real? You're not going to be in for a fun time.
Can you talk to us about the response you've gotten to your video? Again, we mentioned it's over 100,000 views, and that's, I think, interesting in and of itself. I think it probably speaks to you capturing something that other people are then sending around and saying, this is what my experience is. Like, it's resonant. So talk to us a bit about what you've heard from other people as you've shared your own experience publicly.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's sort of a couple different sets of responses. I mean, there's a lot of people who are, even like earlier along the path than me, who are either like just graduating high school right now, or they're like a freshman or a sophomore, and they're just trying to like figure out what should they even be doing right now in this economy. And I try to give advice as best I can, but I honestly don't really know like what the best option would be for someone going through that. I mean, honestly, the best piece of advice I could give to someone like that is just to keep working on like personal projects. You can use Claude Code to like spin up an interesting idea pretty quickly. And maybe you can put that on a resume or get some sort of connection or something from that. And then there's sort of like this other set of people. I don't know. I got this email from someone who's like, just like move to the Bay Area, bro. There's a bunch of like AI engineer positions. XAI is paying like $400,000 a year if you're willing to sell out your soul. But not everyone can live in San Francisco. So I don't really know about that.
Yeah, that might not be the best advice.
Yeah, I mean, that is, when you combine it with the idea that networking is the only way to get a job at this point. Like I get the idea, like just move to the Bay Area. Like when you wanted to be an actor, you moved to LA. You want to be a country musician in this, or you want to be a folk musician in the 60s, you move to the Village. You want to be a country singer, you move to Nashville. Like, so I get it. But as you think about that, is that possible? Like, are there affordable group houses for people moving out there? Or like, because if it's $5,000 for an apartment, you better network immediately. And you're also not going to get the apartment.
I mean, that is sort of the issue. It's like, I don't know anyone in California. Like, I can't just get a job. Like, I need to have a job lined up there already. And then, the ability then to move, knowing that I have like some sort of stable income. Like, I could never just move to San Francisco. Like, that's not financially feasible.
That's bleak.
Unless you're living in the street.
Right. Yeah. And to me, you go through this in the video, but tell us a little bit more about why you've landed on the path that you've landed for your future. Like, why are you taking the bet that you are? What is it? I mean, it's a story that reminds me a lot of what people were making the decision to do during the Great Recession, kind of to stay in school. So talk to us a little bit about why you're thinking what you're thinking right now, and why you're taking that kind of gamble. It's a sort of safer bet. Why do you think it's a safer bet?
Yeah, I mean, there's sort of like two reasons. I mean, the first one is kind of just purely financial. Like, I'm very lucky that I don't have any debt. Like, I had a very good scholarship, so I'm debt free, and I don't have to really worry about immediately making income to try to pay that off. So I have a little bit more time. I managed to land a graduate assistantship position. So, they'll pay me for doing research, and I get tuition waived. So, it's not like I'm going into more dire financial straits by doing this. And then the other reason is I really am just sort of interested and worried about sort of the consequences of AI on society. I've always been worried about this. Like, I think social media is an example of a sort of very, very simple AI system that just runs from like the one rule of maximizing engagement. And I think it has had catastrophic consequences like on the mental health of my generation. And I can't imagine like what the consequences could be for something way, way smarter if we don't like take this really, really seriously and get this right. So, I'm hoping to be able to do some sort of research with AI safety. alignment, figuring out how we can actually make these things do what we need to. But I understand that it's not going to be easy, but hopefully I can make at least some sort of contribution there.
Well, hopefully.
Yeah.
Because nobody else is taking it very seriously, that's for sure.
Yeah.
All right, let's finish up with some Barbie. We can roll Timmy's
His art.
production from a couple years ago. Put up F3. One reason I'm okay with her getting snubbed, though, is because she really flopped the landing with this like reification of neoliberalism at the very end. With this, you are Knuff.
Oh,
like
yeah.
nobody's Knuff. You need community. You need socialization. You need friends. You need family. Like you need loved ones around you. Nobody is enough. And the idea that you would try to tell a whole bunch of kids that they don't need anything other than themselves, I thought was just a like horrific message at the end. So. And the idea that you would try to tell a whole bunch of kids that they don't need anything other than themselves. Nobody's Knuff. Nobody's Knuff. You need community. You need socialization. You need friends. You need family. Like you need loved ones around you. Nobody is enough. Nobody is enough. You need community. You need socialization. You need friends. You need family. You need loved ones around you. Nobody is enough.
It's pretty good stuff, Timmy.
That's pretty funny.
Thank you. It's worked pretty hard on it.
Timmy, you're Knuff.
Yeah, and must be probably a lot easier now with Claude. This was like pre-Claude coding, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good
That's artisanal.
big problem.
Yeah.
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 Timmy McAllister, where can people follow you? Where can they find your work, whether it's lo-fi or graduation videos?
Yeah, so I'm on YouTube, Timmy McAllister. I've been, trying to upload like about a video every week talking about AI, society, stuff like that. If anyone wants to try to support me financially, I just started a Patreon. I don't have anything really on there yet. I have like a couple videos, but if anyone is able to, that would be awesome. But yeah, that's about what I'm doing right now.
That's about all we got left to offer as an economy. Yeah, so, we'll stay in touch. Curious how your journey goes over the next months and years. So thanks for being here and good luck.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for having me.
All right, enjoy graduation day.